Hi everyone. Today we are gonna create our second trigger. In this trigger example series of video, we are in the second video and we are gonna talk about the trigger. And in this trigger, before we start the second trigger, I want to remind you that we have a special app which we call My School application. In this, we have three main objects: student object, parent object, and report card object. And here are the fields of the objects. Parent object has these fields with the field type. And student object has these fields. And report card object has these objects. These fields, right? Now, again, I want to repeat that I want to work on custom objects because trigger has slight differences between standard objects and these custom objects. That's why I want to show custom objects. And today, we are going to talk about this trigger. So trigger say that show the active number of students in the parent objects. And for that, use the child number field. Child number is a number field. So we are going to show active number of students for a parent. So a parent may have several students in the system, but we want to take only active ones and reflect in this field. And the trigger will work when a student will be registered, when a student is removed from the system, and when I update a student, also my trigger will work, and when I delete and undelete also. So in all cases, my student number may be changed. That's why my trigger will work in 4 different cases. And again, student object will trigger, will fire the trigger, but the result will be reflected in parent object. As you can guess, we are going to use after trigger in this case. That is why we are going to use after trigger. So let's go to developer console and let's start to type our trigger. Let me share my screen. Here, I want to show again my school app. These are my objects. Again, shortly, I want to show my objects. First one is parent object. These are fields. So make sure that you have all these fields, especially for this trigger. We are going to use child number, this one, child number, which is number type. And so field type will be a number. And another object is student object. And its fields are here. Let me show. And report card. In this trigger, we don't need report card. However, I want to show again. That's okay. Now, let's come to developer console. Now, in developer console, I'm going to use the same trigger and same handler class as a best practice, because as a best practice of trigger, we create only one trigger per object. That's why I want to use only one trigger per object. So my second trigger will be set here in this trigger. Oh, by the way, I want to off my camera so that you will see full screen. It's better for you. Now, as I said, my trigger this time will be fired by after insertion, after update as well. What else? After delete, and also after undelete. Is in case I may delete and recover this student, and I want my trigger count this one as well. So I hope you understand this. So my logic I want to put here. So I say if trigger dot is after, because all of them is after, so trigger dot is after, and so I can open and put this way, trigger dot is insert, or does trigger dot is update, okay, and or trigger dot is undelete, right? Undelete. So this enough for now, because all these three trigger context variable will work with trigger.new, while delete operation, delete DML operation will work only with trigger.old, because there is no trigger.new for deletion. That's why I want to write differently. So if trigger dot is after again, and trigger dot is great. Make it capital letter. Okay, this way is better. Okay. Now I want to come to my handler class and put my logic here. So for this trigger, I want to use another method instead of using this method, because this is another trigger. So I want to put my logic here. So again, I put public static and void method, and active child number, for example, active child number, active child number. Let's make it small case. Okay, and this is my handler class. So I copy my class here, class name. Start from here. Put my class name dot. I will come and take my method name from here again, and again I will come and put method name. So as parameter, as I said, I will put trigger dot new for this one, and I copy this line and use again for this one. So this time it will be trigger dot old. That's all. So I can save here. So one more thing, this trigger.new and trigger.old is a student list, as you can guess, because this is a student trigger, so student object. And the trigger.new and trigger.old is list. So this list, I want to pass here as a list name. What is the name of the list? So I will put list student, of course, is custom object, and the name is std, student list, for example. I want to put a different name that will not be same as upper name. So student list, that's okay. So let's save this one, okay, and save this one. Okay. I'm okay with trigger page. So briefly, I will repeat what I did here. I put two different conditions because I have trigger.new and I have trigger.old condition. That's why I want to make it separate. So in trigger.new, this part will work, which is trigger.is after, is insert, update, is delete. Means after insert, after update, after undelete will work with trigger.new. While after deletion, this after delete will work only with this part. But both of them is passing a list of students. And here I will receive list of students by this name. That's it. So let's put our logic here. So before I start, I want to collect my parents who has at least minimum of one student, so that I don't want to work repeated or useless parents, so that it will work for only parent who has at least a child in this system. So that's why I want to put a set of ID, parent ID, of course, will be, let me make parent ID as a name, okay, and new set of ID. Why? Because when I collect ID, usually we use set, because set contain only unique IDs, unique elements. That's why I prefer to use set here. So why I put this? Because I want to collect ID of parents. That's why let me iterate over the student list. Yeah, for each loop, this is student ID, and of course student. Okay. Student ST, for example, will be coming from here. Okay, so every student's parent will be collected and put in this set. Well, that's why I want to put parents' IDs there. Okay, so next I will put parent ID on it. I'll make it like this. Where is parent ID? Okay, my parent ID here. But add what? I will put st dot parent. Means student parent will be collected and added to parent ID set. I hope it's clear. Okay. So next is I have parents now. This time I'm going to iterate a parent, I mean the parent list, who has child in the school. That's why I want to make another for each loop here. Before and the parent, okay, parent, yes, let it be only P. So from here, I don't have any parent list yet, but I can collect by SQL, I mean by query, easily, and I will use this one as a list, and parent, every parent will be iterated over the list. So let me make my SQL. Select, for example, ID and name, example. Of course, the most important one is child number, because child number is my field that I want to use. Oh, API name is correct, child number. We will see, right? So this is fields of parents, and I want to make a subquery here so that I will collect all the child's information of this parent. That's why I want to make subquery here. Like select ID. Only ID is enough, or I can collect name if I want, but I think here I don't need any other fields. ID from where? From student object. From student. But in subquery, you remember, subquery, I have to use the plural one. That's why students, and it is custom object. That's why underscore C normally. But in this query, I put relationship R instead of C, as you can remember. And that's why I want to use custom objects so that we will see the differences. So this is subquery now. What I did, I collected all students now, but now I want to make only students who is active, right? Active students is asked to me. That's why I put where is active, I think the field name is active is true. Means only active students will be collected, right? So select ID, name, child number, and subquery from parent. Yes, parent, of course, is custom. Parent now, and which parent is, of course, only parent who is in this parent ID set. So remember, I can make parent where I will make ID in this one, this parent ID. Only parent coming from this list, from this set. Okay, so what I did here, for each loop, I'm doing parent, and by P, I'm iterating, and I put a query here. All parents I collected who had, whose ID is coming from here, and all the students of those parents also collected. That's all. They're good to go. Now I'm in for each loop. What is next? And of course, I will change the parent child number field. That's why let me make it here, P dot child number. See it now, let me save it first. Is there any problem? So let me see what is the problem here. Select ID from error at row. Child number. Okay, I have problem on child number field. Child number. Go quickly, let's go. What is child number field in parents? Card, let me see, parents. Okay, and fields and relationship. Okay, child number, there is space between two words, that's why. So I will come to this, and child number is like this. I hope it's okay now. Let me save again. It's a problem again. Is active true? No such column is active. Again, is active. I think is student object. Is active. It's here. Is active. Yes, it's true. Is it? Yep. Is active. Oh, okay. Is active is a custom fields. Okay, now we are okay. Next is I want to update parent child number field, right? Coming again. E dot, okay, this time we have child number field should be equal to what? Equal to how many students is coming from here will be my, I mean the child student size will be my number of students. That's why I will make a size here. Sorry, I will make this student size, but of course it will come from parent. Parent student size will be p dot student student. I think this relationship. That's why it should be p dot student dot size, right? Like this. So let's save it and see if there's any mistake. Okay, variable doesn't exist. Student, students. Okay, again, it should be plural, I think. Students, not student, but students. Okay, we are good now. So this is a very special detail. That's why I use these custom objects. So p dot students plural form and with r, ending with r, dot size will be giving me the size of students. So how many students of this parent will be written here, assigned here. So that's okay. And lastly, I need to put this parent to parent list, but there is no parent list here. So I have to open an empty parent list. Let me quickly open list of parents. Parent, and see, okay. Let's say parent list, okay, equal new list of parent, custom parent. It's okay. And I will take this list and all parents will be added to list. Add, and what is my parent name is P. P added here. That's all. So I'm going to update my parents. That's why I will update my parent list. That's okay. I saved, see if any problem. Seems is okay. So there's no problem. Let's show full page here. And my actual method is starting from here by 12. And as you see, we are good to go. Let's check whether it's working or not. For example, let me create a new parent so that will be clear. So parent, for example, 6. There is no parent 6. So parent 6 is being created. Next is student. So when I create new student, student name is student, let's 15, and the parent will be parent 6, and save. Okay. And let me add one more so that we see. and new, another student 16, again the same parent 6, and save. Okay, so let's come to parent 6. So in parent 6, there is no child number is 0, because we didn't make active. Students are here, there are 2 students, but both of them are not active students. So let me edit student 15. Student 15 is active student now. When I save it, now let's come to details, and child number is 1 now. So again, related, there are 2. So I can make this one as well, edit and make active student, and details, and you come, child number is 2 now. So update is working, insert is working, so we can delete one of them quickly. Let's see, for example, student 15 is deleted. Okay, I delete. Now details, child number is 1. Okay, it's working. Finally, it's working, but I want to use my test class. Again, I will use the same test class with the trigger 1 example, because the both trigger and handler class is expecting a student list or a student for test criteria. That's why I'm going to send over student. As you see in my test class, I have student, and for a student, I need a parent. I created a parent, an instance, and just a parent as with the name of test parent. And I use student creation by this parent. So parent name will be test parent here. But only thing I miss here is student is active. So I can make also st dot is active equals true, so that my student will be active student, and 200 students I inserted, I created, I added to student list, and I insert my student list. That's all. So let's run our test class. Okay, let's check. So here, our test has run and successfully worked. Let's see the coverage. So student trigger is this one. Oh, student trigger is, okay. So student trigger is only missing the number line, number 9, line number 9, because we didn't test trigger.alt in my criteria, in my scenario. That's why. But my handler class, which is student handler class, is working fine. There is no any problem here. So here, I will insert this list, and after insertion, I will delete also this ST list. Well, deletion scenario will be also tested. Save this one, and let's see. Okay, run again. Okay, pass successfully. This time, so see, student trigger is full, 100% coverage. So because with trigger.alt is working only with deletion. That's why after delete is working with the last line, which is 21st line, delete student list. So we are okay. I hope it was useful. Thank you for watching. See you in next video.